One important part as well of CLEO is that we have good plenary sessions. Plenary sessions really help us to bring the whole community together and bring new exciting directions as well to the audience. So one example is actually the talk by Matthias Fink, and he will be talking about ways how to actually focus light. And it uses focus light by using special tracks, and that is just time reversal. If you think about it, of course, if you have some light which is very focused and it expands, then for sure it can go out. Right? So that's a clear process. Everyone knows about it, that the medium can actually broaden a beam. But time reversal symmetry says that the reverse process must work. So we can actually take a broad beam and focus it down if we only get the form right. And the tool and trick for that one is to use time reversal symmetry.
This year, one of the plenary talks will be covering a sub-area of nanophotonics. The talk will be given by Dr. Yuri Vlasov of IBM's Watson Research Center, and the talk is entitled Silicon Integrated Nanophotonics, Road from Scientific Explorations to Practical Applications. Dr. Vlasov is the head of the Silicon Nanophotonics department at IBM, and his talk will involve the investigation and development of silicon nanophotonic components. So these are components like waveguides, modulators, filters, and detectors. And then the talk will also be covering the integration of these components with CMOS electronics to make optical interconnects that can be used to interconnect racks of equipment, board-to-board interconnects, and then chip-to-chip interconnects as well too. So the idea of being able to do more of these optical interconnects to be able to enable large-scale computer data centers and supercomputers operating at exaflop data rates.
I'd like to talk today about the plenary schedule, in particular the plenary speech by Professor Robert Boyd. Robert Boyd is jointly at the University of Rochester and at the University of Ottawa in Canada, and Rochester in New York. His presentation will be Nonlinear Optics, Past Successes and Future Challenges. And Robert Boyd is a wonderful speaker and a very fine, accomplished researcher, so I'm looking very much forward to this presentation. There will be a number of topics mentioned in this presentation of his, in particular quantum communication with more than 1 bit per photon, and the use of entangled photons to overcome the Rayleigh limit. There will be quite a bit of work presented also on slow light, in particular the generation of slow light through EIT, through SBS, and through in photonic crystals. Then he'll also talk about applications of slow light, applications in telecommunication, in laser radar, and to solve the general problem of pulse synchronization. He'll also be presenting the physics of slow light, including some very interesting experiments that were recently done to utilize slow light to increase the effect of photon drag phenomena. So I hope that all of you out there will find this as interesting as I do, and I look forward to seeing many of you there.
CLEO Applications and Technology has Dr. Stephen Dinbars this year as its plenary speaker. He's professor of materials at the University of Santa Barbara, and he has been instrumental in developing LEDs that are common for, that are going to make a big impact and are making a big impact in energy efficient lighting. So we've had this big push to move to fluorescent lighting, and now we're going to see this big push into LEDs for lighting because of their efficiency, and he's played a big role in making these available to be used for that. Our plenary speaker for A&T this year, Steve Dinbars, has also just been elected into the National Academy of Engineering, which is a big honor for everyone in science and in engineering. It just shows the impact that he's made in our field.